I do find it fascinating, not only that you take the time to visit every county, but the added burden having to travel cross country to do so. You could fit many states in the country within Oregon, just in terms of square mileage. So amidst your busy schedule being a senior senator, all the committees you're on, how do you find time to also put in being able to meet with people?
My sense has always been that all of us, in a very real way, make time for what is truly most important to them. And I felt very strongly when I had the honor of being chosen Oregon's first new senator in more than 30 years, I said, I've got to throw open the doors of government. We'd never even had a United States Senate office east of the mountains. So we set that up, we started the community meetings, and I really enjoy it. I love being home. I work hard at trying to represent Oregon and Washington, D.C. Sometimes if you get put in one of those airline seats where there isn't a little leg room, that's a bit aggravating, but there you are.
Well, it's not just one of the largest states in terms of square mileage, but diverse environmentally and politically. On this side of the Cascades, it's rather conservative. On that side of the Cascades, it's very progressive. Being that you need to represent everyone and just the way that political bickering tends to be these days in D.C., how do you balance that?
First of all, I think there are a lot more links between the interests of folks in rural areas and urban areas than people think. For example, the first question I think tonight was all about international trade. Well, to a great extent, much of what we export ends up getting exported through the more metropolitan areas, but it is grown in the rural areas. So literally international trade, and I talked about why it was important today, literally creates jobs all the way across the state, from the wheat fields and the cattle ranches of eastern Oregon to the metropolitan areas that tend to be where the export facilities are located.
Right. Back in the early 90s, we saw a great debate over endangered species, and the spotted owl, in turn, really devastated the timber industry. Now we're looking at potentially that same effect happening here in the ranching and farming industry because of the sage-grouse. There's been kind of an unprecedented effort to prevent that, of different groups working together. Do you feel like the work that has been done has been enough to prevent a possible listing?
I'm still very hopeful that we can avoid a listing, and I've talked with Sally Jewell, the secretary, about this a number of times. I think there's been a lot of goodwill among the ranchers and the environmental folks, and so we're going to just stay at it. And I think, yes, I think we do have the ability to not have a listing.
Great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
Thanks for your interest. Appreciate you doing this on Saturday night.
Thank you.